Hi. Now, Turkey will be compelled to increase its military involvement in Libya during 2020. Why? Turkey has a lot of reasons for that. First of all, Turkey wants to really decrease its dependency to expensive energy, and Turkey wants to really access to cheap energy. And that's why Turkey is in Iraq, Syria, Libya, also in Qatar, in Sudan, and in Somalia. Either they are on the routes of the major energy routes, or they are really the producer of these energy reserves. So first of all, Turkey will be in Libya and is going to increase in Libya. There are a lot of reasons also for the maritime doctrine we have to consider about this. So in this video, we are going to discuss why Turkey wants to or is going to increase its military involvement in Libya and how it's going to really affect the region. So let's start. Now, Turkey has a very close relation with the GNA, the Government of National Accord in Libya. But there is another part of the government, it's called the Hifter government, and this is backed by Saudi, United Emirates, and Egypt and Russia. Now, on 28th of November, Turkey has reached an agreement with Libya about the maritime borders in the eastern Mediterranean Sea, and also a security military cooperation. This has been activated by the 7th of December in the parliament by Turkey and also by Libyan government. The Tripoli offensive has been started or commenced by Hifter in or during May 2019. We see that Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and Russia and the United Emirates Arabs of Emirates have started to supply the Chinese-made unmanned air vehicle, including the anti-Russian Pantsir air defense system. And for that, in order to balance this effect, Turkey immediately starts supplying the BMC Kirpi, which is a light vehicle, and also the Bayraktar unmanned air vehicle, so that it has been balanced. And moreover, Turkey also started to deploy the military advisors, including some other assets. Now, this has really balanced and also created a strong foot or stronghold in Libya. Now, everybody in Turkey or somewhere else or elsewhere has been discussing whether Turkey is going to really deploy our army or not to Libya. First of all, we have to now acknowledge one important fact. If your unmanned air vehicle is there, if some military vehicles are there, including your military advisors are there, it means you are already in Libya. Especially for the high technological equipment such as the unmanned air vehicles, including the maintenance, once you consider, it cannot be maintained by the Libyan government, which means that Turkey is there as military. So it means our operators are there and other staffs are there. So really, Turkey is there. It's not the question of Turkey is there as military or not. It is the question of if Turkey is going to be there for a long time, even Turkey is going to increase its military involvement in Libya. Now, there are a lot of reasons why Turkey, I believe, wants to increase its military involvement in Libya, and we want to discuss about this. Why we understanding that Turkey wants to also increase its military involvement, because last week in Russia there is a meeting with press people from the Russian news industry, and President Putin said that there will be a committee from Turkey. They are expecting next week to have some or conduct some meetings with those members of the committee about the future of Libya and the conflict of Libya, which means that Turkey really now starts with the diplomatic negotiations with Russia. So why Russia is also in Libya? I mean, there are kilometers that they are away from each other. They don't share the same religion. So why? And because Russia wants to ensure its interest in the Eastern Mediterranean Sea by establishing the business facilities and the business companies over there. They want to have a portion of an effect in the sales to Europe in terms of gas and or oil. Thus, it will connect the European countries or it will create more dependency of the European countries to Russia, which is going to create an important tool against the with the negotiations against the United States of America. That's why for Russia and Turkey, we see that there's a possibility of a mutual understanding in future. But on the other hand, President Erdogan has to resolve some unwillingness of the coalition or opposition parties in Turkey, because they do not believe that we should or Turkey should be deploying military assets to Libya. Although everybody agrees that it's very important to establish the economic exclusive zones in the Mediterranean Sea. So, without overcoming these obstacles in Turkey, Erdogan or President Erdogan is not going to deploy any military assets to Libya. So, why we think that he's going to do this very fast? First of all is oil supply or energy supply. Turkey needs huge energy supplies for future, especially considering all these statistics, because of the increasing populations, increasing demands of the industry. Turkey needs this, and for that to increase, which means that the energy part of the budget is going to increase from 25%, maybe 35%, in case Turkey does not have the cheap access to energy and energy routes. Libya is very close to Turkey, and we can do also our own offshore activities in Libya, including our own EEZ, economic exclusive zones. So that's why Erdogan wants to implement this as soon as possible. So he needs to deploy the military assets over there in order to assure the continuity of the Libyan Accord government. Second, we are always going to talk from now on about Turkey maritime doctrine. Turkey has conducted a blue homeland in end of March or end of February, beginning of March 2019. They conduct a navy drill in Black Sea, Aegean Sea, and Mediterranean Sea, and they want to stress that these are the very important aspects of Turkish interests, and we will protect these interests with our own national navy. Why I'm saying national navy? Because now we are seeing that Turkey is investing on the military technology, including manufacturing and producing of all these navy assets. And 20 or 21st of December, Turkey already put one of its own national submarine to pool called Piri Reis, and 3 of them on the assembly line, and the 5th one, the first weld has been conducted or executed last week already. So this means that including the land helicopter deck, like the Carlos Santos, I think, the Spanish one, which is a very short deck, vertical takeoff for the air vehicles, including the helicopters, and they can deploy military assets, including the soldiers and some military vehicles, including tanks even. Turkey is now already manufacturing one called Anadolu. The second one will be started by 2020 or 2021, which will be named as Trakya. That's also planned. And 21, the Anadolu will be completed and will be commissioned by 2023 officially. So all these assets with the military on national capability suggest one thing, that Turkey is very serious about emphasizing and ensuring its interests in the Mediterranean Sea, including Aegean and Black Sea. And that's mean that we will protect these interests with our own national capability, which means that this is going to be an independent foreign policy against others. That's why Turkey is investing on the military, because you can only protect your interests if you have an independent military ability or capability. So you have to come to a high level of technology for that. That's why we are believing that the military technology investment in Turkey will be increased by only time. So Russia and Turkey, will they come across on the table? Of course they are already, and they are going to talk about this, and we believe that for Russia it's more important to ensure its interests in Libya. If Turkey guarantees this, we believe that Russia will withdraw all its supports from the Hifter, and basically they will only remain in the region in terms of business. And I believe Turkey and Russia is going to do this, because Turkey and Russia have high stakes, not in the Syria but also in Black Sea, especially in Black Sea region. Kırım, Turkey or Russia needs Turkey not to be involved in that if they want to have or concentrate on the Europe and United States of America at all. So they have to have really good relations with Turkey. We consider that as long as the military or national military and technological will increase in Turkey, this will be replaced with more confronting actions to others by Turkey, because Turkey, we still believe that in 3 to 4 years or maybe 5 years at top, is going to declare a very large maritime doctrine. Not will be limited by Black Sea, Mediterranean Sea and Aegean Sea, but we believe that the Hormuz Strait, the Suez Strait channel, including the Indian Ocean to even Japan, is going to be the interest of Turkey, because once we have a problem with Europe and the United States of America, in order to attract the technology, there is only one station that we can look at, is Far East, and this means Japan and South Korea. That's why this route is also important, and we assume that in future this is going to be also secured by Turkey in terms of business. So this is going to be our one of our first projections in 2020, what will happen with Turkey. And if you like this video, please, there's a like button underneath, just press on it. And if you subscribe also to our channel, we'll be sharing with our videos to you first. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye.